kitty wants to make sure that you do what you love. What do you love doing, but hate succeeding in? Taking a long nice nap, but then realizing you slept for 3 hours and won't be able to fall asleep tonight. I have found my people. I cannot nap. If I fall asleep on the couch or chair it's 4 hours minimum. Then I can't get to sleep. I can't nap either, but for the opposite reason. If I do actually manage to fall asleep in the daytime, I wake up feeling sick and sweaty and feel like crap until the next day, so I avoid napping. Eating the entire pack of cookies. Me after seeing the empty packet of cookies that was supposed to last the week. Dough. And after you get the dough, you turn it into cookies. It's the circle of life. Work ethic. I like getting work done with time to spare. I hate that this puts me in a position of getting more work to do without any of the benefits. I used to work with a guy who would finish his part of our projects and release his progress slowly over time. I remember calling him once, and he was working on his home automation setup. Apparently he had completed his portion of our project a month ago, and would just give me the pieces I needed when I asked for them so no one would give him additional work. That's fucking incredible. Yeah, he was a pretty remarkable guy. Clearly more talented than the rest of the team, but you would never know it until you asked for his input. There was another guy on the team who wanted to appear to be the smartest one in the room all the time. And occasionally he would try to question the quiet guy to make him look stupid, and it would always end up with the quiet guy casually making the a-hole look like an idiot. Not even maliciously, just factually. Needless to say, I was impressed with quiet guy. The best part is I don't think quiet guy even realized that a-hole was competing with him. It was like autism was his superpower. There is always a moment towards the end of a video game where you have to decide to finish the main mission, beat the final boss, and lose interest. Man, Final Fantasy VIII decided to finish the game before completing everything. I remember it feeling anticlimactic during the credits, because I wished to have the game back, but for some reason beating it took that away. I miss those RPGs. No time these days. Well, you did it. You got the blackhead. Your chin is a mess now. Happy. Spoiler, not really. Reading books, especially good books for the first time. You're on a journey, have no idea where the end is. At some point it's over, and you know you'll never experience that book the same way again. There are the very rare books where knowing the end, or key bits of information, make the second or third read just as good. Astronomer here. Some years ago, I was involved in a program that scanned the night sky searching for near-Earth asteroids that would hit the Earth someday. It was super fun, especially if you find an asteroid, but yeah, you really don't want to find an asteroid on collision course that will kill us all. Or do you? Hey, what are you doing with that gigantic magnet? I work for a lawyer, and so I like winning court cases. It's good to see your client get a good result from the judge or jury. Most of the cases I work on are family law or divorce cases. I enjoy the work. I like helping people. But no one really wins in those cases. I can't really congratulate someone on the destruction of their marriage. So, while I'm happy to see each case concluded, it's sad because that family is destroyed in the process. The family was already destroyed, and you're just picking up what's left in an orderly manner. Playing fighting games. My friends constantly whine at me if I win, because you're more experienced it's not fun, and I'm not good enough to enter tournaments either. I'm in a weird limbo. It's the same with me and my wife. I'm not good enough to play in a tournament, but I'm so far above her it's not funny. I can't lose, unless I do so intentionally. My thinking is that is quite possible for a bad player to get better, but it's hard for a good player to get worse. Graphic design. I love doing it, but as soon as people find out you do it for a job they automatically need your help in building their website / making a logo for their idea / editing photos etc. I wouldn't mind this, but like, maybe pay me for this skill I learned and got a degree in. They always assume it's free for some reason. I'm totally willing to pay. Your rates are the same as random teenagers on Fiverr though, right? You get paid in exposure, which will get you more jobs, which also pay in exposure. I hear you can die from too much exposure. I had a coworker who asked me to fix his computer. It was needed for work, so I was down. We met for breakfast and you'd bought and gave me some cash. I fixed it in seconds and told him I'd feel bad being paid for how little I did. He said, I'm not paying for how much work you put in. I'm paying for the knowledge you have. More people need to be like him, lol. Getting fat. It's so much fun on the way there, but being there sucks and I immediately want to leave. Right. Especially once you get back on the healthy train, and for the first 3 weeks ago you have motivation and inspiration. Then you hit the wall of, okay, this is no longer new and interesting. Do I really have to keep doing this the rest of my life? Guess who's sitting on the couch trying to get up and work out? Procrastinating. Fun fact. Humans aren't the only species that procrastinate. Pigeons do too. Found this out once when I was supposed to be studying. So when I procrastinate at work by staring at pigeons, the pigeons were also procrastinating by staring at me. Swimming, cause if I do good at morning swim events I have to go back in the afternoon. This comment encapsulates my relationship with competitive swimming better than I have ever been able to articulate. I haven't been a competitive swimmer for 15 years, and I still have nightmares about missing my heat every few months. Sudoku. The more I succeed, the more boring it gets. Building software that sounds fun to build, or that people would be interested in using. I like making the software, but I don't like providing support for people to use it, which is inevitable if other people are interested in it. Letting my kids win at Mario Kart. Just to be clear, I love the idea of letting them win, but it pains me to actually do it. Raising dogs. By the time they're old enough to be sold to a new home you love them to death and it's hard to let go. That's why I couldn't have puppies. I'd find them a good home, for sure. Mine. Making babies. Telling stories. Proving people wrong. I feel alive in the moment, but once I've completed and people laugh, it's over, and it's a letdown. I do a lot of wood carvings, faces, bodies, animals, smoking pipes and so on. You spend a lot of time doing it just to make it perfect, but when you're done it's like, oh, I'm done. I gotta give you away now. It's like giving away a part of yourself. I feel the same way about knitting. It takes forever, the materials are expensive, and you know the other person isn't going to enjoy it anywhere near as much as you, because they are not invested. I love the process of knitting, but I've decided to only knit for myself, my husband and my daughter to save myself time and heartache. I love making and selling cakes/baked goods, but I dread every order, because it means more social interactions. Take the cake and go away. Love working on cars, but sometimes hate being real good at it. When your whole family buys junkers, knowing you can fix them cheap, the phone never stops. This is also why I do not own a cell phone, lol. Drinking. I love the taste of alcohol. Beer, whiskey, bourbon, gin, whatever. I love all alcohol, but I hate getting drunk, because I act like a clown, and spend money impulsively.